girl will do the invites. The girl will do the fun moves because she wants to impress Tristan. I don't have to do anything. You need a team around you. Most of you dudes are rolling with lames. I see it all the time. As you see all these dudes like competing for one chick. If we walk in, I don't care how bad a chick is. If my boy wants her, fucking have her, bro. I'm not out competing. I'm not trying to compete with my boy for some pussy. Well, dude, it's insane. I see full-grown men, groups of full-grown men try to compete for the same bit of pussy, and you all look like punks. In her eyes, you'll turn on your boys for some pussy? If I walk in there and say, you want her? Yeah, I actually like her. Enjoy.
Have her.
Have her, bro. I don't give a fuck.
So here's a pro tip on that: how you pick your friends. If I have a guy that I want to be friends with, and he's not in abundance of two things, money and pussy, he ain't my friend.
Bam.
He ain't my friend. Because he's in a desert, and it's not so much. It happens all the time. Guy's desperate, hadn't been laid in a long time. The friends break up. And then the first thing she does is call him. And it's not because he doesn't want to love that man. It's because he's so fucking desperate that he does it. He's in a desert of pussy.
He's starving.
And he can't get it anywhere else. And that's the only connection he has. And he loses a friend he could have had for life over 5 fucking minutes.
And I'll say this too as well, that I need guys to understand when it comes to like dealing with guys that don't have an abundance mindset with women. Men will do stupid things to get box. And the stupid things they do can sometimes compromise you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Besides, like, you know, an ex-girlfriend potentially having sex with you, whatever, he might change his thought process and put you in a compromising position because of women. You know what I'm saying? He might go ahead and, you know, hypothetically speaking, right? You might be at a club. He might go and hit on a girl, right, that is tied to some individuals that you might not necessarily want to deal with. And now next thing you know, you're getting into an altercation because his dumbass is too thirsty or too stupid to acknowledge the fact that, hey, this girl isn't good to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Or he might bring a woman around you that is trouble. You know what I'm saying? That might fuck your situation up. Guys that don't know how to select women or guys that don't get girls in general, they tend to have bad judgment a lot of the times. And they can fuck you up with their bad judgment.
You can't trust dudes who don't get pussy because on a long enough timeline, there is a 1,000% chance they sell you out for pussy.
Bam.
Whether it's your ex, whether it's a new girl that they just get, then they stop replying to your ass because she doesn't like them hanging around with you anymore. They vanish on you. Dudes who can't get pussy are going to sell you out for pussy. And what's crazy about all of this is that most people very seriously understand that you are the product of the 5 people you hang around with most often. They say it all the time. You're going to be the 6th one. Hang around 5 millionaires, you're the 6th millionaire, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why most of you boys are rolling with dudes who can't get laid anyway. Like, if you're with some lame who can't even get a girl to talk to him, why are you even his friend? Like I know that sounds like a horrible thing to do, but when I roll out with my team, I know we'll all throw down if it gets into an altercation. We're all going to be able to handle ourselves for pussy. None of us going to fucking snake each other over a little bit of pussy. If we get arrested in the police station, they say, oh, Sterling said this. I say, no, he didn't. Fuck you. Call the lawyer. Right? You know, you need to be with your boys. I don't know what you guys are even rolling with these other weak dudes and wonder why you're such a fucking weak dude and why these chicks don't think you're a weak dude because you're also judged by your team. That's something else to keep in mind, man. You're rolling with a bunch of lames who are crying their eyes out over girls, and then you expect your girl to respect you. You don't even respect your fucking self.
And so one more thing, too. I got a story, right? So picture this. So we're out chilling with the boys, right? And oftentimes we spin plates, basically all our friends. We bring different girls around each other, right? So we're all having fun, getting lit. This one guy, right, has, she's like a 10 out of 10, right? Bad girl to the bone, always there for him, right? However, he brings other girls around us, and it's like, okay, cool, we know what time it is, blah, blah, blah. This one guy fell in love with that girl from seeing her all the time. He would go behind his back and DM her and say, yo, you're a good girl, you know, you don't deserve this, your man's cheating on you, he's bringing other girls around. I was like, what the fuck? That shit? So what happens is, right, the girl's like confused, she's like, wait, my man's saying he's going to work, but he's bringing other girls around, like, what's going on? So she's questioning, like, what's, you know, daughter her man now, he's putting doubts in her head, and then she says, you know what, fuck it, I'm broke up with him. Right? Over time. So then the guy that was DMing the girl tried to get with her. And it's funny because that whole dynamic there, he was never a friend. Went behind his back, sending her DMs, and it's like, yo, what kind of friend is that? So you're right, 100%. The guys that you roll with have to be getting laid because if they're not getting laid, they can try to sneak behind your back.
And one another thing, her even answering that text
is a problem.
Is a like, hey,
medium is the message.
She should have once again. She should have told homeboy, yo, this was going on.
Exactly.
But she ain't gonna respect her man if she knows her man's rolling with men who snitch on their own man. It's the whole trifecta of disrespect. you have to respect yourself first. And how does a woman respect a man when she sees that he respects himself and other men respect him?
Yes.
Bam.
So if they're gonna sit there and go, all right, so you're my man, but the boy who's closest to you thinks you're such a bitch that he'll snitch on you, and he ain't even scared of catching some hands. Well, then fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's why there's two things that we do all the time when we're hanging around with girls. One of them is we never say we take the piss out of each other all the time, like here
Yes.
around the boys,
Yeah.
but we never say a damn thing negative about. Like,
Thank
we
you.
do not
I've
do
said that
around
all the
women.
time.
It's not
Never.
fucking cute, bro.
Never.
Can't do
We
that.
Like
don't
the
do that.
small undertone shit, it ain't
Never.
fucking cute, bro.
And the second thing we do is we always gas each other up.
Yeah,
Like,
the second.
He brings a like, hey, this is my new wife or whatever.
Yeah,
like around
yeah,
us to the club, you bringing a girl to the table. It's like, how the fuck did you get so lucky to meet Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
How
know
the
who that
fuck?
is?
Do you know who they find?
Do you, like when he goes to take a piss, dude? Do you know who that is? Like the first date, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's Sterling fucking Cooper. You know, all the time. Like I know for a fact when I go take a piss, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like we run plays, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta. And the thing, one of the
It's just-
biggest
it's unfair.
telltale
It's
signs.
super unfair.
The
Good.
biggest telltale signs of a guy that is not good with women is a guy that makes fun of his friends
in front
in
of
front of women
Right,
on like a date or a
100%.
social situation where
Yeah.
they're trying to get
Yeah.
laid. They meet some girls, they're at a bar, they're at a club, they're on a date, whatever it is. Making fun of your friend
Or
in
apologize
a
for
disparaging
him.
way.
Yeah, Rollo, what's
It's
that? What's
terrible.
that called? It hasn't. Is that ever got a name or something?
What, when the guy's apologizing for that?
When the guy's trying to like insult his own friends to look good to the girl.
Oh, he's
A-mogging,
A-mogging.
potentially.
Yeah, he's trying to A-mog him, but that's like A-mogging is there's a lot of different
Well,
varieties
randoms, right?
of that. What you're talking about definitely is, but it's another thing when it's A-mog stands for alpha male other guy, right?
And one other thing too, because we talked about the safety perspective of, dealing with a guy that doesn't know how to get girls, right? He might put you in a compromising position. Now, from a business perspective,
Oh,
you can't deal with a guy
Mm.
that doesn't get women, because what's going to happen is if he does get a girl or he does have a girl that he's been
Gone.
with long term,
Yes.
what he's going to do is he's going to compromise the business and or working to appease his woman. Because what do we know about women? They want attention, they want time, right? And to make money, you need to focus on that and not necessarily the women. The women are typically a byproduct of the money.
Yeah.
But what do? They're asking her for permission to do shit. They're asking
Right.
her for permission
Yeah.
to work late or whatever. Or no, bro, I gotta get home. She's gonna be mad at me because I haven't seen her in 2 hours. Like stupid shit like that will compromise your ability to be productive because he is tied down to some dumb bitch that doesn't understand that you need to make money. And women aren't just. Andrew, I agree with you 100% about this as far as like how men and women view money. Women look at money like, okay, I made enough to pay rent. I'm done for the week or I'm done for the month.
Yeah.
Men make a certain amount of money. Like if I continue to do this, I can scale up and make this much more money because men understand that we live in a meritocracy-based world.
Yeah.
There's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
When a millionaire man walks into a room and there's other men there, they're going to be intrigued and say, I wonder, they're going to want to know, how'd you make that money?
Yeah.
But if you're around a bunch of women and a female millionaire comes in, the bitch is going to look at her like, who gives a fuck? She's ugly. I'm the baddest bitch in here. That's the difference between men and women.
I had
And
a
that-
story. I had a
that's,
story.
you know?
I had a
Go ahead,
story in the
please.
first book where I was talking about exactly this situation. I used to work for some very wealthy guys in the wine and spirits. I'm not going to name names right now, but there was one guy that I worked for, and he was very bad with women, but he was very successful in his business. So he was making a lot of money off his brands, off his liquor brands, and everything else. And then got into a situation where he was compromised because he was very blue pill and didn't know, his wife ran the show, and eventually they got divorced. He came out of it okay, but nobody wanted to invest in new products with the guy because they were afraid that they would go down with the ship if he made another bad decision with another girlfriend or with another wife, because that's what happens. He's like,
Wow.
well, I want to get married again. And he was like looking at getting married a second time. He could not get venture capital. He could not get anybody interested in the things that he wanted to do because they were worried that they would lose out like they did before on the first divorce.
wow.
Men that can't get women from a business perspective are 1,000% a fucking liability,
And
man.
they're especially if you're a partner with that person who is still very, very blue pill, man, and your financial future or your like well-being and revenue streams are dependent on this guy, waking the fuck up.
Yeah.
Then that's a really tough situation. to be
Yeah.
in.
So I'll read these chats real quick and then go on.